I'm gonna go loot Gershino here.
Yeah.
I think a lot of our presidents has actually been in the Freemasonic Lodge.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. Bing Bong Bap.
I think somebody did some. I watched some sort of. This is a TikTok fact, by the way, but
Okay.
I think there's only been like 5 or 6 families in that office.
Hmm.
And what
And
office?
like
Presidency?
presidency, yeah. I think it's only been like 5 or 6 families.
And that is in itself kind of an interesting factoid because, for all of our elections and by the people for the people, it's like basically oligarchy.
Yeah. Well, now it's shifted more to a technarchy.
Yes. That's a good thing to say. That's exactly what they're saying it is.
Uh, Does this
Got-
medical thermometer, is it measure rectal temperatures or is that just oral?
it just tells your
It makes
temperature.
a
It's
difference.
yeah. Binding powder agent. Trying to set
Not
a
a
few
civilian
things.
weapon.
Okay. Now the rest that I have is trash. And I'm ready to... Ow. Rock.
Found some baggies we can baggy up those mushrooms.
Oh,
They're
perfect.
probably gonna spoil if we don't anyway, right?
I'm not sure. I couldn't put them on the drying rack.
They can probably go on the processing table and to get bagged up.
Yeah. I've got, I think, 20 or 30 baggies on the table right now, too. Uncrustables.
We should get back into Arc, Smiter.
It just won't be the same, man. Like, it's not the same.
True. I've tried several times.
I'm offline going to be playing a little bit of EverQuest Legends. They basically just...
Game.
Yeah, it is. It really is a geezer game. Nobody wants to watch it. It's not good for content. Even though the people really trying to do it are only getting like 1,500 live views. 50,000 top views. But that's not even frequent. That's infrequent.
Where are we going?
I ran in... He went to Grishino. I ran into Northwest Airfield just to poke my head in. See if I can't find
EverQuest
something.
Next was such a big disappointment. It sounded so damn good.
Yeah. It still was just a clunky game at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was like one of the first games where it had like the whole real estate aspect of a game.
Oh, like housing.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
that was important to the game, which, kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was really bad.
EverQuest Legends is cool because they're basically letting you play 3 classes in one. So you can play, and they designed all of the content to be soloable. So it's more of a linear solo through self grind kind of a game, but they make you really capable. So it still looks like the
I'd
old
rather have
EverQuest.
games like that than deal with Trinity classes, DPS, tank, and healing. Like, I'm done with that shit.
That's exactly
By a
what it
lot.
is, though. Like, you know, play a cleric and a warrior and a bard at the same time, or a shaman, and you can slow them and then tank them and heal yourself. But I'm going to try it for a little bit, but it's going to be kind of a side, you know, side thing. I may post 1 or 2 shorts, but I'm not going to make long content with it. Just throw a couple baits. My EverQuest content did do pretty well, though, just because there's not many people doing it that make it interesting.
Tundra.
Somebody said using the Lord's name in vain isn't about actually saying the Lord's name in vain. It's about using the Lord's name vainly. Like, if you use the name of the Lord to scam people, for example, you know, that seems like it fits the criteria.
The phrase "the Lord's name" has always got me.
Capital L, right?
No, because it's like the Lord, right?
Yes.
Isn't that a name for it?
Well, it is, and the Jews really love saying there's all these different names for things. And it is written in different ways and referenced differently, and used differently for that matter, because lords are a common man thing. You know, there's a House of Lords over in the UK. It's like an authority thing, really, before it's a supernatural thing. But if you say, I'm making this Lord of my life, you're saying my life bows down. You know, it's like I submit my life in that to the king, basically. All hail the king, baby.
King.
And the Israelites wanted a king, and the prophets of God said, no, you do not want a king because he will make you work hard, and he will take your profits and your land and your girls, and he will put you and subordinate you to him. And they said, well, everybody else in this world has a king. We want one too. So they picked out Saul. King Saul was the first king, and he was the tallest, handsomest dude in the land. And it's a very interesting story that ends with King David as the next king of Israel. And they were right, you know? If a society can live without a man-made construct to govern you, if you can just submit your lives individually and as a whole to a greater, you know, to God, basically, in this context, that would be better, according to God, than actually having a king. But then Jesus Christ is our king now, too. See, that's a whole nother conversation. Especially during the reign, 1,000-year reign, when he comes back.
I got a big bugaboo with the Bible.
I can understand that.
There's no non-man-made version.
But they had found parts of the Bible that were dated 1,000 years earlier than the parts that we had, and they were identical. They had a way of scholar.
Isaiah was identical.
The idea is they have a very meticulous, purposed method for passing down written word for the sake of preserving history. Otherwise, anything over than, you know, whatever amount of years it would be irrelevant. 1909, right?
Anything before 1909, you're better off anyway.
Right. But then you've got, like, the Upanishads. You know, those are classified as some of the oldest books in the world, and that's like the Bhagavad Gita and the whole Hindu religion that follows off that. And those people are saying now, Christ consciousness is our aim. And they're getting to that point from the Bhagavad Gita, which is interesting. But at the end of
vehemently oppose Vishnu.
Yeah, absolutely. Why should we bow down or acknowledge or submit to somebody else's god? We don't worship, or, you know, there's something to be said about staying. What's the word when you're faithful?
Yeah, because when I won the genetic lottery in here,
Mm-hmm.
that makes my God the right way.
Well, you know, the Carl Jung said something interesting to this effect, that you cannot escape that religious webbing that's put on you when you're born. You know, not just what you were taught, but, you know, the area that you were raised and all the influences therein. And he did that because there was a point in his life where he wanted to, you know, disregard Christianity and, you know,
So what do you do with
venture off.
blood strains once you have them dried?
Okay, collect them up, and then we need to package them. There used to be a process that involved a bagger and a vacuum sealer, but I don't think those are required anymore. I think we put them in bags and then take 16 bags and wrap it with duct tape to create a brick.
Somewhere. 'Cause
What
you can't-
a point to interrupt somebody, Frood.
True, you can't combine them with the little baggies.
On the table,
I-
processing table?
I'll have to
Talking
check it
about
out.
God, Freud, it's like, how do you roll a kilo?
Yeah, dude. We're asking the real questions here. That's fun. That's fun.
Just trying to figure this shit out.
It's getting dark. This is perfect for my escape.
But then we're like, what's a kilo? We're American. We have no idea. Is that like,
Hey, the when it comes to drugs, I am an imperialist.
The entire world, listen, let me explain to you guys
Yeah.
here for everybody. The entire world uses the metric system. It's a misnomer.
yeah,
that
but none of
America
them has
doesn't.
actually gone to the moon, so fuck them.
I love it.
No, not the
Fucking
rest of
A,
the world.
bro.
I didn't say that. I said the entire world, us
Right.
included. The only thing that we do not use the metric system for are our road signs, because it would simply cost billions of dollars to change them.
Mm.
But every other serious endeavor we do, we use the metric system for.
But yeah, the authenticity of text is a whole study. I took a college class on it at a secular school, which was interesting. It was a study of the New Testament. And one of the first things he did was like talk about the geography, and then he talked about the books. And he says, this is, as we understand them, where they came from, you know, how they were passed down, who they were written to. And it wasn't a dive into the text itself, but it was a whole class about the text and the process. And it wouldn't, I don't want to say it would be ignorant, because I would be ignorant to say it would be ignorant, you know what I mean? But it doesn't make sense to so easily disregard what might possibly be a very important work of literature. How's that?
So my main understanding of the metric system is it can actually quantify every source of matter, because you can't measure inertia in the imperial system except for PSI. There's no
Wait, is
such thing
imperial
as-
the metric? Oh, when I said drugs, I meant metric. Sorry, I had them
Yeah,
backwards.
we knew.
Okay, thank you guys
knew.
for forgive me.
Yeah. Grams.
Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, so anyway, like
All matter.
matter is just easily more quantified when measuring in the metric system, because it's, like 10 digits.
When they tell me to put a
It's more
tablespoon,
quantifiable.
it is, because when they tell me to put a tablespoon of an ingredient into my plant mixture, my 2-gallon pot, I would rather hear 4.5 milliliters than a tablespoon, because 4.5 milliliters, I can mark that, you know, on a special graduated cylinder. But like 2 tablespoons, that's some bullshit.
And you could also do
that's how I do it.
4.3. You could also do 4.6.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is 4. It's 4 point something, but
Well, no, I'm just saying you could move that number by the, by a much smaller increment accurate.
I see.
Like what's a tablespoon plus a tenth of a tablespoon? What's the measurement for that?
Yeah,
So
that's a little difficult.
1.1 tablespoons.
I'm not sure.
Figured it out.
I mean, that's literally what it would be, but it's uh
Let's see here.
I
And
don't
it's
know
funny
that.
when you're measuring small inches, you measure it by thousandths and millionths, and basically by using something similar to metric system anyway. So
Like I
Mm,
it's
said,
kind
that
of funny.
it was just too expensive to change all the signs,
yeah.
so they didn't pursue it. But all other serious endeavors we do.
It'll be easy to change because you just change from gallons to meters and people or liters, and people will be like, "Oh my gosh, gas is so much cheaper now," and they won't even know the
Oh,
Oh
volumes
my
changed.
gosh, yeah.
Gas is cheaper now, guys.
buh. It's only like 20 cents cheaper, but it's by the liter now.
Yeah.
Buh. That's a dystopia.
Chris, what are you thinking? We live in a 5-minute city or whatever it's fucking called now.
Yeah, that's what they say. 5-minute city.
I've seen the drones that like basically airdrop small items.
We live in a free country, yet we need government permission to do everything.
Mm, yep.
They're called licenses, by the way,
Yeah.
which is written permission from the government to do something you already had freedom for.
Uh,
I mean, you could argue about, for the purpose of conservation, we do licenses. Like, legitimately, we don't want to kill off all the deer, so we do license. And so, like, everybody agrees, hey, that's a good idea. Let's have a season for deer. Let's say this is how we manage it. And that all works, and it's a wonderful thing. And we have park rangers, and, it's not a
dictates
system
them out.
designed against the people.
It just so happens to be against the people.
Well, I don't know, man, but the benefits that you're paying for, what you're paying for are, you know, safe, drivable roads. Like I admit that our infrastructure is very, very lacking. I do.
So what about
I know.
so what do you say to people that just want to live off the land and they don't want to have to uh, buy food from, you know, grocery sloplet
I'm all for it.
level 3?
I'm all for it. I really am. I really am for.
What licenses do you need for that?
I mean, the way that Alaska governs the plots of land for mining, they say this is owned by so and so, so he owns the land. He can do whatever the fuck he wants on it, but he then splits that land up into sections and then rents it out to people for the express purpose of mining with certain rules applied to it. So if you're the one that got there and own the land, then you can do what you want with it. So the problem is all the land is bought up. Governments already own the world.
That's the real
Postal
BLM you need to
Postal
worry
Service.
about. Bureau of Land Management.
The BLM, yeah.
The real BLM to worry about.
Mm.
Okay, so these little drug baggies don't do anything.
That must be for the meth in that case. And I'm not sure how to do bag the weed without, because if we can find a weed workbench, maybe it's something that we create, we can then put the weed on the workbench and then add the vacuum sealer and the bagger, and then put the baggies in the bagger and the plastic wrap in the vacuum sealer, and then you plug it all up to a battery, and then you press play, and then it generates pounds of weed. So there was a
Oh,
manual
I've got
way
so
to do
much
it.
weed on me right now, dude. It's insane.
Well, we can just keep it in the bud form, and then once we get the rest of this figured out, we can.
Well, problem is the bud form takes up a lot of space because it only stacks 2.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to fill up a go-kart with a big backpack, and I'm gonna run to the store and sell a bunch of shit because we are pretty packed. Do you ever go to a Ren Fair?
I went all the way to
Been a
Denver to
long
go to
time
one.
ago.
They have one in Kansas City, I think, or somewhere. We went.
Just outside of Kansas City, yeah.
Yeah, I went to that one and bought a didgeridoo.
Sick.
And ever since then, I'm a didgeridoo guy. I had bought it that year, and then I was in my math class for the first day, and I met this guy who was also a smoker, so of course we hit it off. But he played the didgeridoo, and so both of us would like get together in the park and play our didgeridoos together.
I hate to break it to you, man, but the Venn diagram of dudes that smoke weed and play the didgeridoo
Yeah.
is a circle.
That's some
It's the
funny
same-
shit,
It's
man.
the same circle.
All of us have got one, huh? That's funny.
No,
So-
all didgeridoo artists smoke weed.
Oh my god, that is so funny, dude.
I was not expecting that.
No, I was not either. That's probably the
He was
most
like, "You
clever
also
thing.
smoked?" I was like, duh. Oh,
Hell
man.
yeah.
No, they say nothing new under the sun, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, the water thing is a pretty big deal. Like, you know, the world has a limited supply of good, clean water, and everywhere else seems to be polluting it faster and faster. So, securing water is like an important national security issue. It seems.
I mean, not really. They can capture salt water and turn it into fresh water really easily.
You understand how a reverse osmosis machine works?
No.
And this, like, the speed with which the salt is pulled out of water? It doesn't.
New
It
York
doesn't work
almost
the way you think it
exclusively
is.
runs off of desalinization, so it's possible.
Yeah.
The
It was-
alternative is you need to have sufficient power supply, which our grid is the worst it's ever been.
Oh, I wonder why we keep building these giant bricks that just suck electricity and make heat.
Yeah. But it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that said the energy cost for salination of salt water is greater than it's worth right now. But I guess if you have nuclear reactor, that's not an issue, right?
Well, in a nuclear reactor is nothing short of a steam engine. This is boiling
You need
water.
all of it.
So,
Yeah.
Plus, I think Neil deGrasse Tyson just likes the sound of his own voice.
That's
I'm
true.
not a big fan.
That's
When he
true.
couldn't define what a woman was, I was over it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
out there. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's-
wow.
he's-
I
he's
did not
expanding.
hear that, bro. I'm not surprised, by the
compromised.
way, but that is interesting. Motherfucker can't do that. He's not credible. Sorry.
Yeah, it was hard to.
Because anybody that picks up a book on biology finds out exactly how chromosomes work, and that's what defines your gender, and it's truly genetic. So
Yes,
if he
indeed.
can't even spout that, then he's a fucking moron.
Yeah. I agree. 100%.
That's where he lost.
Well, I wasn't trying to advocate, you know, I'm just saying, hey, I heard a dude say this one time who seemed like he probably knew.
Well, and the water thing, though, man, water ain't going anywhere.
That's the thing, is water is pretty much an infinite resource anyway.
Yeah, that's
You can't
like
get rid of
people who think you think it's a finite system. Like, you haven't really thought about the whole world. Like 70% of the surface,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the surface. I mean, it's deep out there, man. A lot of it,
All right, well,
and the super El
we can
Nino's
use
heating it up and
science
sending it
create
to us
more
right
water.
so we don't have a water
Clouds and
crisis,
making it
and
rain.
it's not a national security risk, and you've convinced me completely, although I somehow think the full story's not being told.
It's not.
Government only tells you what they want you to know.
what it is.
Also, the funny thing is that if the world is truly global, if global warming's a thing,
Mm-hmm.
all it would do is it would increase the speed of the hydrologic cycle. Because the hotter it is, the more water is going to evaporate. Thus, there's going to be more rain.
Yeah.
And more rain means more water, which more water means more trees grow. More trees grow equals more food on the planet. Also, trees really love that shit, so, If you don't know what you're talking about, then it's like, yeah, you're gonna be scared of everything that's put your way, which I think that's what's predominantly the problem with most of the shit now, is it's all scare tactic and fear mongering mostly.
Just going full ghillie now.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I get pretty agitated over the whole thing.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I can understand why.
Well, it's just everyone's been being lied to, and I hate that shit. It's stupid.
It's the justiceism. I have it too, Smiter.
Yeah, we were talking about that just recently. Okay, I'm at Black
Justiceism
Market.
is strong.
I'm gonna check the vendors here.
Oh shit.
At the black market?
Yeah. Okay, so drug equipment, collectibles, medical, drugs and equipment. All right. Bud trimmer kit. There's a bud trimmer kit.
Mm.
Deep water hydroponic, drying rack, grow pot, hydroplanter, grow tent, industrial press kit, LSD lab station, blotter tabs, portable gas stove, production table kit, Ziploc baggies. It's no vacuum sealer, no
Ziploc
bagger.
baggies.
Yes, I
There's
picked up
Ziploc
90
baggies.
of them. I have 90 of them at the...
Oh, Ziploc baggies. We have 30 of them here. I can't put bud in those.
I think we need to use the bud trimmer maybe. Because there is a
Maybe.
bud trimmer.
What's the presser?
For the pills, I think. MDMA pills. Or Percocet.
All
There's a helicopter that's, I think, planning a little bit of an adventure up here.
Yeah, he's flying over our base right now.
what up, dude?
I'm not hidden.
My mouse just died and it freaked me out.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think this is the black market
Just
bad
died.
guys.
No, it died.
He's flying by, dude. If he lands inside here, I'm gonna shoot him.
Nah, he's flying by. I'm watching. You can see him. He's past the mountain.
He might be trying to hide footsteps, maybe? I didn't bring anything to sell. I just figured I'd run in just for fun. Take a look. There's a quest giver in here. Daily, kill 5 players. Kill 25 players. Rating. Oh, nothing I'm going to be doing.
You just shoot your teammates in the head.
Yeah. I guess maybe that might do the trick.
Take all yeller out to the back.
Shit happens.
Yeah. Shit happens. I love it. Figure maybe I'll find some loot that I can sell.
Buddy.
Oh man. He got me better than I got him. GG's. That was good though, man. I had the advantage. I zoomed in. I had the first shot, but I was very caught off guard by that. That was good.
Wait, we can only have 250,000 in the group?
Is that the max?
Two-mil personal, 250K group. So we can only transfer 250K between people easily.
We would
There's-
all agree
it's-
that destroying a child's life is inherently evil, and I think it's one of the corrupting the youth
Mhm.
is probably one of the most evil thing you can do.
And it says,
and I would
okay.
go so far as to say from conception to like adulthood. Like that's I'm kind of in that camp.
And
I
that's
agree.
totally cool. I think that's a camp we all reside in to some degree or the other, you know. Even if we have a lot of scripture memorized, it doesn't mean we're any closer to it, you know. But, you know, it says it is better to have a millstone tied around your neck and be thrown into the ocean than to corrupt one of God's children. To corrupt children in general.
Where is that?
It's in there. I'd have to Google it, but the idea is like the worst thing you can do is to corrupt children.
Yeah.
It's the worst. God's like, your punishment after life is going to be so much worse than just being thrown into the ocean. And that's the sort of thing I believe in. I believe that there is a just God out there, and it's a fearful thing to be thrown into his hands because we're all short. We don't have enough change for the ride.
I have a wrench to throw into this based
I'm
on
down.
your absolutes. And this is I am
Okay.
a friend.
I love it.
In your absolute world where hurting children is unforgivable,
Mm-hmm.
why do children get cancer?
Great question. That's a great question.
Now I know the answer. Like I've asked this question to a lot of people,
Mhm.
and I'm curious of
So
like in an all-powerful world, all
Yeah.
omniscient, all-powerful, control of even the little thing.
Mhm.
Why do babies get cancer?
I'm gonna start with when Cain killed Abel. It says that Abel's blood called out to God. Like God was very aware of it, and it also says that God is so aware that not a pigeon or a dove falls from the air without his noticing it. Every single hair on our head is counted, and then it goes into saying that all of us live and breathe and get our being within the mind of God. So we are somehow in God's mind as this creation is. That now why do bad things happen to good people is the generalization, you know? Like why do kids get cancer? Why is there suffering? The problem of pain is a very real one. And I don't think I have a direct answer. I know that C.S. Lewis has written some books that I've read on it that were very helpful. I think that both Smitty and I yesterday were talking about the importance of suffering. But that doesn't answer the question, why do children get cancer? I believe that when the Bible says God's ways are higher than our ways and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts, and then it says, lean not on your own understanding, but trust in the Lord, that sort of leaves us in the realm of faith. Even though it looks bad, even though it is bad, even though it's suffering, even though it's painful, it somehow makes sense in the big picture, in God's big picture. Now, the stupid answer to that question, which is also correct, is, well, God sent his only son to die, and the Bible says we are to suffer with Christ, and to become a Christian is not to become a good life, but to become a life of martyrs and suffering and pain, and those who are persecuted are blessed. You know, those that are cursed and pressed down somehow are earning a heavenly reward. And so that idea of earning up for yourself treasures in heaven, not treasures on earth where moths and rust can get to, it leads me to believe that there's just something we don't understand, and the only thing we can do is comfort others with the same comfort that we ourselves have been given. So when you go through suffering, you're able to help other people that are also going through that suffering, and somehow a good thing comes out of a bad thing. And finally, I will say 2 points. In Jeremiah, it says, I know the plans that I have for you, saith the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans for a future and a hope. And then finally, it says that, I forgot the last one. But that's my fullness. I know that was not a direct answer.
No, I think it was a good
Yeah, it was.
statement though,
It was good.
because do you want to retort
No,
to
go
that?
ahead.
Okay, so in a way to describe that with my own personal experience of experiencing death within my own family,
Mm-hmm.
my older brother was 10 or 11 years old, and I was 9 years old. And on this particular day, my brother was like, older brothers have the tendency to beat down on the younger ones, and that's normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I still loved my brother, even though, he'd beat me up here and there. And on this particular day, um, he was singing Sunday school uh, Christian rhythms and songs. And it was the first day I told him to shut up.
Wow.
And on that day, he died. He drowned in the
Wow.
water.
Wow.
And to this day, I think that my brother's passing is the exclusive reason why I want to be a Christian, so that I can see him again.
Wow. That gave me chills.
Yeah, and that's what I've that's why I want to believe in Christ, because I love my brother.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks for
So
nuking the
bad
chat, Smiter.
bad things
Thanks for nuking the
happening,
chat.
there is always a silver lining in why bad
It's true.
things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And because bad things happen, ultimately good will prevail.
Some it was a hot take. That was a heavy question, huh?
Yeah.
Um, I think that babies get cancer because there is no micro control of the universe. I think the stage is set and free will is we're too deep into free will. This is not scripted anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the stage is set, the world is made, and the variables are happening. And unfortunately, that's a variable,
I agree
right?
with you
I,
100%.
and I don't think that diminishes the a person thanking God that the bike they wanted was still available when they got to the store, right? Because he cares about the
Right.
small things. This is the. I don't think I'm not saying that to diminish that. I'm just saying that I think the stage was set. The 7 days passed. The influence stopped, except
Mhm.
for the this cat is driving me nuts. But the influence on the micro level stopped at that point. I believe.
Yeah.
Did you eat more mushrooms?
that could go on
Yeah, I
par
did.
with that could go on par with the knowledge of good and evil. Is that in order to experience good and evil, we'd have to see things that are evil and the things that are good, and in partaking of eating from that tree, that's our due reward.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the tree was basically a website you weren't supposed to go to.
Yeah, it does. You're right. It was the.
It
I
was
feel the
that
tree
was
was the disobedience factor.
it was the original terminal noticing. Sorry, because the Jews wrote that part. Just saying.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got another locker here. A triple locker.
Oh, nice.
I
I do
like that these
That one's
things are deep,
hyperbolic.
and they require thought. They require seeking. They require answers that aren't easy. And it seems like that's a part of this life we're living. It not everybody looks up at the stars and thinks about it, but we do.
The most important part. That's our only job.
Yeah. And I'm telling
Experience
you,
it. Learn
when I
from it.
take these mushrooms in game,
Love.
I can feel it. I can feel it. The waves, the way it's very good.
I was in a time loop on mushrooms. I like somewhere between a half and an ounce
Oh wow, that's a
over the
very
course of a
large
couple
amount.
hours. Yeah. I was doing handfuls, and I was still chewing when I was peaking. It was
Huh. Huh. Did you
yeah, it
see
was something else, man.
did you see any sharp angles, geographic patterns?
Everything was fluid
Okay.
and funny. So like this, like crystal lamp
Mm-hmm.
was like a spaghetti noodle. Grab the top of it and wiggled your fingers.
Oh wow.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. That lamp looked like a spaghetti noodle.
I
Hold it.
see. So it's like huge
Right.
distortion.
But then I went into a loop where I would get up off the couch, I would
Mhm.
walk into the bathroom, and I'd go to the bathroom. And I did that an unimaginable amount of times.
Were you watching yourself do it?
No, I
Like,
was inside
oh, I see.
doing it
Okay. Okay, I
over
see.
and over and over, to the point where when I broke the cycle, like when I got up off the couch, my brother wasn't there anymore. So I was basically time stood still. I was in that
Hmm.
moment for I don't know how long. But I finally I got up off the couch and my brother wasn't on the ground anymore. And it fucked. And then I had to find him. I was out. I had to find him. He was in bed asleep.
Wow. Huh.
I had laid down face down on the couch and had been laying there face down on the couch for 4 hours. He was asleep, and I like shook him awake. Brother, am I out? Am I back? Is this real? Are you? You have to
Wow.
convince me right now that I'm back.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah, it
look
was
at
wild.
this.
And then I ate like a quarter the next night and cried like baby about
Yes.
everything. About
I have
everything.
cried.
I was
I've had the
so
crying
selfish. I was
experience.
so evil. I was so greedy. I was so just self-centered. I just wept about that. That like,
Yeah.
why are you this way?
Yeah.
And I changed a lot that day.
Wow. That's incredible.
Oh man, it's so bad. That pillow was drenched. I do not. I'm not
Yeah.
underselling this at all.
Yeah. I have like I'm really careful. I'm careful about my dosages, and just because I'm a little spooked by it. My conclusion was I've already lived this before. Um, I'm only living in the memory of what's actually been. We're already dead. That I'm already dead, just living in a
Oh,
memory, sort of a scene.
I have something for this.
I honestly think
Man,
that's
where did it
why I
go?
don't like to get high, because it feels like I'm severing myself from existence, and I feel the opposite of safe and fun and everything. It's like it gets too scary
Yeah.
for me,
Oh,
and
it was terrifying.
it's something that I just don't like to experience, because it's like, A, I don't think it's like natural that you should be feeling this way,
Mm-hmm.
and B, it's like I don't want to risk my life over, being high. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that I should be doing. And it's like, after that first experience, I've
Mm-hmm.
never done it again.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it because of how terrifying it truly was. And if that is just like a speck of how truly fear is, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to fear one thing, not everything.
Yeah.
This is Marcus Aurelius coming back in.
Okay.
Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly.
Mm. That's very interesting. They
The
Go
crazy
ahead.
shit about time, though, is we never experience time prior to it passing. So it's like, literally, it's all done, because
Yeah.
our offspring has already gave birth to their offspring, and their offspring has already gained consciousness. So it's like time has, in theory, already passed through speed of consciousness.
There's a lot of metaphysical ideas that I entertain now that I would not have previously entertained. And I used to be worried, like I said, about strange ideas because I thought it was like heresy. I was so concerned with being heretical, that I just never looked at other people's ideas. But after mushrooms, I felt and still do feel like, the God is so much in control. There's nothing we have to worry about. And my desire to save other people's souls has vanished. I
Well,
used to
it's not
feel
your
responsible.
responsibility anyway to save anyone else,
Correct.
ultimately.
That's
And go ahead, sorry.
I was just raised in a proselytizing church. That's why,
yeah.
where it was
Well,
kind of
it's
the
the
standard.
number one job of every religious person. The number one job is to make more of your kind.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
I mean,
number one
the
job.
Seventh-day Adventists, they've got this whole idea, and then the Jehovah's Witnesses have a whole idea. You got to get souls. The Mormons have this whole idea. They go on missions trips, every single one of them, to make more missionaries. It's an
And the
outreach
Jews,
program.
They just keep having babies, and they've designed their religion around the fertility of a woman so well that they multiply like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like every religion, their number one job is just make more. So it's wild.
I'll tell you, my little brother, he serves in a church. He works in the ministry, and his pastor in his church was approached by an organization that represented a bigger church, and they wanted to pay him $5 million for his church. And he told us that this is a regular thing that churches, big mega churches do, where they want to go buy up all the other churches and add them to their company of churches. Like Hillsong is guilty of this. For the good that they do, they have this whole...
Look at this.
Holy crap. That's amazing.
I wanna be like Jesus Christ. I wanna go in every fucking church and flip tables and shit. I think that's the coolest thing. Fashion yourself a whip out of leather and just start flipping tables, because a lot of these churches, God isn't invited in. He's not there. He's absent, which is one reason why I don't like going to church now anymore, because the message is empty. There is no message. If you go to church and you're bored, they're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And what we're doing
Or if you go to
here,
church and you don't understand your job.
what we're doing here, I think, is more close to what worship is and what being in the company of friends and companionship is. This is where we should be, not
How many
sitting
is a
in
church?
church.
No. How many is a church? I know you know the answer to this, Dak.
It's 2.
We're 2.
No, it's 3. I thought it was 3.
Well, it's where 2 or more are gathered, there I am also. So it is 3.
Yep.
You're right.
So it is
Okay,
3.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
No, you're on it. That was a good one.
I have had this conversation a lot of people with a lot of times with a lot of different versions of Christians. And so I'm well versed.
Come shoot me. Do you have the quest to shoot somebody with a shotgun?
No.
Oh, wait, let me see if I have it.
Though.
It is so badass. Let me see.
Found
Do
it
I
like
have
that
the
with
quest?
the compressor on it.
Broken signal gunslinger. Hey, can I kill you with a shotgun?
Murder my KD. Yeah, let me put it. Yeah, you.
Because I have the quest. All I need to do is kill you with the shotgun.
Let me put my.
Here, put it.
Empty.
Do you want to put it on the mannequin? Here, put it on the
here we go.
mannequin.
No, this locker's empty.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Triple
Oh yeah,
locker.
it is. That's right.
Just put it all right in there.
Perfect. Because, dude, with this quest, I get what is it? Honestly, you get an MP7. It's not even that great, dude. Never mind.
That's all right. I can res right here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And this is just gear slots, so I don't have to move any inventory. I just drag and this locker has plenty of room for my. Okay.
All right, let's do this
Catch me if
thing.
you can.
Yes, Oh, you got a head start because
This is-
I'm fucking with the door. I'm drinking this
I
thing.
even put a battery in that site.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, this is very technically, biblically a church in a very like hyperbolic way.
Yeah.
Because it's not a marketplace. It's people talking about
That's right.
truths, talking about important stuff.
The fact it's not a
And
marketplace
bringing
is
their
so
own
big.
I
experience.
certainly not get any money sitting here.
Yeah.
Maybe Dak will once
For
he
record the
puts it on.
podcast. Yeah.
Maybe once Dak puts it on the internet, it will be. Then
Well,
that can just
I
come
started
out of you.
recording after we stopped talking about the interesting thing.
I wondered when you started it.
Oh, hold on.
Wonder-
He's running from me. I don't know if I'm gonna be
Oh,
able to. You're
oh
far
my
away.
goodness, dude, you have to come to me.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
No. There's stuff in this
Oh.
right here.
Oh. What is it? What do we
This is
got
a
there?
military locker table.
Oh my
And
gosh.
this is a Victorian chair, sofa,
Oh. All right. Here, let me.
table, something. No.
Oops.
Okay.
Gotcha. I'm on my way back.
I just dodged it like Neo.
You totally did dodge it. But Nolly, so I've got the quest complete, so I can turn that in next time I go down, and then next time you're in the trader, pick up the shotgun quest. And if you want, I can let you get me back right now, even if you don't have the quest.
Thing is bad. No.
It
I would
sounds
never
really
do that
cool.
for nothing. Okay. Sleeping bags are weird. Got it.
Were you able to spawn back in?
Yeah. Got a lot to load here, though.
Oh, that's right, because it's a big base.
A little won't.
It takes it a second. Let's see. If I'm running and I check... Yeah. And I like a lot of the things, you know, and when I read through Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, it's a nice story, but I don't recognize it as, you know, it's not for me.
Leviticus is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a good record, but it's not for me. What's for me is, and I hate to be that guy, but you know, these guys are like, I only read the New Testament. Well, I read the whole thing. I'll read the Bhagavad Gita if I'm bored enough. But I don't, you know, I don't sit there and be like, reject it. I just say, you know, I don't necessarily find it as applicable. That's all. Nothing wrong with that.
I am kind of inclined to disagree with that on the sole fact that the Old Testament is very important to establish legacy, and the legacy that matters is where Judaism begins and where it's become a thing. So, and when I say Judaism, I'm not saying that that's the chosen people of God. The Israelites and Judaism are two separate things, and the Adamic line where it tells that
Put a
the
flashlight on the front
sons
of your
and
GoPro.
fathers of Abraham, Isaac, Esau, and all that. All that is important to establish who the true Jews are, and ultimately, it's important to know that because when a Bible verse such as "You are of your father the devil,"
That
when
couch by
Jesus
the
is talking about
TV.
the Pharisees,
Wait, where'd you put that?
it's
I
Did you
didn't
put the
put
military
the...
locker up already?
scripture
No, here. You want to put it
as
here?
like a reference.
So this is a sofa table kit, not a sofa, but we'll put it by that. We'll put it in the other here. No, I totally agree with you because, you know, it is important to understand the legacy. It is important. And I don't disregard the Old Testament when I say that. I just say, you know, when I'm in need of,
It's definitely more cryptic. The Old
yeah.
Testament.
Well, I was just shocked by how simple the story of Genesis really is.
It's the
It's a
thing is
ve-
though, it's
it's not,
actually not.
and it's not that it's simple in a bad way. It's just it was an old story that had to be passed down, and so it was sort of told plainly. You know, it wasn't embellished. I mean, maybe it was. I don't know, but it just seems to me that the writing in Genesis is not impressive on a literary word.
Look at this.
versus Romans, right? Compare Romans to Genesis, and Romans is eloquent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every book has kind of like its own song to it.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't realize you were right behind. I just slammed the door in your face. Here's that military locker over here. It's huge.
Oh, perfect. Oh, and look, gun slots. That's what we need. Oh, gun slots and 400 storage. Oh, hallelujah. Dude, that was great, man. Good find.
Oh, I loot. Even when I'm gonna go get executed.
Even when I'm about to die, I'm looting. Fuck yeah.
And I did dodge that first shot, that first slug, just sidestepped.
You did. I failed.
Oh no.
Okay, look.
Seen the
Look.
barrel come out.
Precursor 707. Pyrex beaker. We need a Pyrex beaker. Okay, this is a Pyrex cylinder. Well, we might have enough to make LSD right now. No, cylinder won't work. We need a Pyrex beaker. Test tube. Damn, we're so close.
Smiter, this dude was walking around with a 12-inch
Oh, I didn't-
flesh-colored dildo
I didn't
at the
talk to
trader
Clayton, or I didn't
earlier.
tell Clayton about the Balaam Roofs practice that's going on. I think he left the chat the other
Is
day
that
when I was
sacrificing
mentioning
to
it.
Baal?
No, Balaam Roofs is different. It's similar, but it's different.
Okay.
So
I was
Hang on,
wondering
let me
if
go have
we
a smoke first. Let me
trampled.
go have a cigarette real quick.
All right.
cigarette.
I was wondering if we trampled
Yeah.
on some sort of because the perspective from Freud is noticeably different, and this is the best
Okay.
possible scenario.
One thing I want to think about while I smoke is it something that I have already done? Or is it something that I have yet to do that makes me deserve where I'm at right now?
Ooh.
I'll be right back.
That's a deep end.
Yeah. Well, okay, my little brother asked my mom once when he was a kid, can you pray for people in the past? You know? And he was, I think,
Wow.
in his young mind thinking about that, if there is no time in God's world, are we being prayed for? And then, I don't know. It gets really, I don't know, I don't know. But I know the Catholics pray for the dead, which may or may not be a good idea. It's hard to
Isn't there a
say.
Bible passage saying, "Let the dead bury," or Solomon said that, "Let the dead bury the dead."
No, it was when Jesus went to Simon Peter or one of the disciples that had to go bury his family before he followed Jesus. And Jesus said to him, let the dead bury their own dead, follow me.
Okay, or was that when he was gonna go see Lazarus? I forgot.
Oh, Lazarus. Yeah, that was an interesting one because he wept with all the people weeping.
Well, yeah, and that
And
happens actually a lot in Scripture, where family members, Christ, people that cared. It's like for God to weep for us or for someone that's died. It's like it it means something
mhm,
for Jesus to cry. Like Jesus is crying. It's like, okay, people dying is bad, so or not seeing them is another thing. It's like my brother that died, I miss him. I
mhm,
want to see him again. I am more sad that I don't get to see him
yeah,
now. Is that selfish? I don't think so, but I weep because I don't get to see him.
yeah, yeah. We mean a lot to each other.
But thinking about praying for the dead, it's like we don't really know if we've been judged as of yet either. Like we don't know.
Yeah. No, we don't. And the other thing too, like, you know, the wages of sin are death, is death. The wages of sin is death, right? So the idea that you don't want to sin because you don't want to go to hell, or you don't want to, you know, I've always I've kind of been looking at that as a, you know, the payment for the sin is right there inside. You know, if you want to go and have homosexual sex, you're going to get AIDS, and the penalty is right there. You got AIDS and died. You know, if you want to go rob somebody, you get caught and you get executed or put in jail for your whole life. It's like that was the wage right there that you paid real time. If you eat the wrong sort of food, your body gets sick, and it's like, well, there's the wage right there. And it's not necessarily a sin as a mortal sin idea. It's like a sin is the wrong thing to do.
Yeah. And it goes with the saying, you live by the sword, you'll die by it.
Yeah.
Like,
I think about that. I do think about that. And, you know, I also look at those cartel videos, and I think, you know, those guys are really doing it. They're really out there, you know, putting hits out on each other and killing each other, and living like a, you know, living like a murderer lives, I guess. And that's must be what it means to live by the sword. Because I mean, if you go to war, that's not living by the sword. That's something different. For example, one of the 10 Commandments is "Thou shalt not kill," but the word there used is murder. I mean, there's different words for different words, and the word there is for murder. So it's wrong to murder, but it's not wrong to kill. Self-defense, capital punishment.
so I think, so killing, yeah, this, like, I think people that truly have a conscience and don't want
Hello.
to kill don't seek to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I kill exactly I killed the exact amount of people that I want to.
I don't
Same
want
with
to
rape.
I don't want to kill anybody in my life. I don't want that to be on my conscience.
Agreed. I have a hard enough time
Exactly.
as
I
is.
I kill exactly as many as I want to. 0.
0. But I killed the E.
But if there's a scenario where it's like where you're defending your friends or family, it's like, does that make it okay? You can't just let killers run rampant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And is putting someone to death
Better.
is it a just crime or a just way to pay for their crimes?
Yeah. And
Like, should
I
the
think
person that murdered Charlie Kirk, should he be put to death himself?
well, and that's a
Uh,
good point. Go ahead. Sorry.
if he was shot,
Yeah, I mean that's we can assume he was.
Yeah.
I kind of assume it was a lapel mic and a small shape charge, but I mean, that
So
one's more likely.
murdered either way.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
the
how about this?
someone
How about
is
this?
a little
A
blurry on
crime
that
that
one.
happened. How about this? A crime that happened where some
Carmelo
kid
Anthony.
shot up 2 people at the library,
Yes.
murdered them in cold blood. What should we do to that guy?
I'm all for the death penalty myself, but we talked about it already.
Yeah,
I
I don't think Proven was here.
I think that that person has decided that their life is not a that the I think that that person has decided that they're uh taking from humanity rather than adding to, and I'm kind of a pragmatist in that. Like, you're you're holding us back, and I don't think that it's moral to put you in a box for the rest of your life. I think it is better to serve the death
Just
penalty.
do equal punishment.
Yeah.
Yes.
They say eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, but then I'm like, well, you can't take
That-
that out of the Old Testament and apply it to the life that we're in now. But there are some ways to interpret the Bible to say, yeah, Jesus approves of carrying a sword. He had some of his disciples carry swords, you know.
He even told people to sell their cloak or tunic and grab and get a sword.
Yeah. So like clearly there's, you know, America, you know. It's a good thing that we are armed. It's a good thing.
Well,
I,
and it protects you from becoming someone's captor as well. And
yeah.
being in captivity was always a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeshua,
Oh,
Joshua, Jesus.
And I don't I it's really like more nuanced than the average Jew that
Mm-hmm.
thinks that a man called Jesus was a heretic and is boiling in excrement. I don't believe that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe he was a con man. I think that it's it's so hard because John the Baptist again,
Mm-hmm.
there's a real case for John the Baptist being the truth.
What did John the Baptist say though? When they said, "Are you the
I don't
Christ?"
know. Those are words. Those are man's words used to control people. I'm speculating about the facts. There's
Here's the
uh,
thing though. Here's the question though. If you believe there is factual evidence for John the Baptist, that factual evidence would say that John the Baptist, you would put credence behind the evidence of John the Baptist. So when it says about John the Baptist that he was baptizing and that he was asked if he was a prophet or the Christ, he said, "I'm not the Christ. I come before the Christ, but there is one coming after me whose sandals are not even um, uh, righteous enough to tie." And
for
when
sure.
he and so who would have he been talking about if that were true?
I but
Emmanuel, right?
this all goes well, no, this all goes back to a real like bugaboo I have with the whole faith.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I
Like
got you. I'm
all
on
the
board.
way
I
from
see.
Yahweh and the sheep herders
Mm-hmm.
to Jesus to present day. Like I have a real issue with just how manipulated that word has been
Mm-hmm.
from the very beginning, right? It was sheep herders trying to make sense of what they couldn't understand, calling it Yahweh, to uh, all stories. All
Mm-hmm.
stories. This is groups like this, us three right here, telling what we saw,
Mm-hmm.
what we heard, what we
Mm-hmm.
believe, and then someday the three of us write those things down when we all agree on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then another day, another group of men take those writings and twist them to control people.
I
And
see where
then
you're kind of going with
that's
it.
what we have. So, and then that's what we have today.
I
In
definitely
my
do believe
opinion,
that there's
that's
some
my
sort of
opinion.
Yeah.
manipulation with.
So
Go ahead.
I think if we can boil that down and through that lens look at what's there and say maybe these things were split up. Maybe this story is told a certain way because of how hard it is to dispute. Maybe these two people, John the Baptist and Jesus, are not two different people. Maybe it's the same person We don't know, but I do know that Jesus and John the Baptist are the example of how a human should live. That is to turn the other cheek. That is to love everyone. That is to, whether through miracle or an understanding of medicine that was not common of the day, heal. Right? I don't want to take and be seen as taking the Jewish route and say this man was a con man. I don't believe that, but I don't necessarily buy the propaganda that it has become.
Okay. But so for what you do believe, where do you get the information to believe? For example, where do we say that is true, authentic information about Jesus? Because I know that we've got the Dead Sea Scrolls, we've got a lot of books of the Bible that aren't included in canon. But generally speaking, the historical records that we have surrounding Jesus, do you believe those to be true? If you believe in Jesus as a perfect example, then what must have been said about him must be true. Or, you know what I mean? Does that make
I'm
sense?
taking a lot of inference and a lot of my own heart
Okay.
in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm applying my moral compass and saying maybe some of this is hyperbole. Maybe some of this is
I see what you're saying. No, you're
maybe
saying you believe the text. You just don't believe the text.
Tell you what, you're
right.
more of a skeptic, right? You're not
That's
sure
Exactly.
whether
Yeah,
understandable.
to
for
believe
sure.
it.
I believe that I believe in God. I believe in good and evil. I believe in the example that Jesus is, the example that a Christian is. But I have a real hard. I was raised Southern Baptist. I had a
Yeah,
school bus
dude.
come pick me up to go take me to church. So I was in it,
Mm-hmm.
but it was only a mechanism to get me out of the house so my parents could do drugs. So
Right.
it's,
Right. Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I've seen the church be a tool for people throughout history to
Mm-hmm.
either hide or absolve themselves to cope with their own mortality. Like everybody uses this a religion, for their own purposes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're right.
It's and
There's a
so
bending.
in a world, there's a bending of it for all of us, every
Yeah.
single one. Um, and my heart and my moral compass tells me that there was someone then that tried to correct the human race.
Mm.
Whether it was as divine as they say,
Mm-hmm.
or if it seemed that way, we don't know. But it's up to belief at that point. It's faith at that point, right?
If
It's all
you,
faith.
I would dare say that if you have gone so far as to um, believe that there is credible enough information to say Jesus is a good example and John the Baptist is a good example, I would dare say then you owe it to yourself to read what is said about them, whether or not the text is to be trusted or not.
Oh, I'm quite familiar. Like not verbatim, not recitable, but I am quite familiar with the deeds
Not to
and the
memorize, you
actions
know,
and the
the Jews
directions
say,
and uh
I mean, this is your journey, and I think you're going in the right
yeah.
direction. But
I agree.
everybody has their reasons for doing things, and I think you'll be given ample time to discover the truth for yourself. I believe that there's only one truth, but I think truth lies within everything. So you'll
Well, and
find it.
along with that, I think that every religion has a piece of the puzzle as well.
I tend, I didn't used to think like that, but after mushrooms, I think like that. I do believe that there is
Psilocybin's got into your brain and
it did
mind controlled you.
immediately, bro, immediately. But you know why too? I had taken all of that psilocybin in 2017 after the divorce. I was already gone, And since my world was destroyed, I just went full hog into whatever this mushroom was, and I feel like
You
I
had to
saw.
face your own choices.
But it strengthened my relationship because I told fuck, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name.
Me, Smiter.
Yeah, Smiter. Yeah, I told Smiter that I, I shed every single piece of the religion that was put on me all at once, but the one thing that I did not let go of was Jesus Christ as Lord, like my Lord. Like
Yeah.
I truly believed the only thing I kept was Jesus Christ is Lord, and if I confess with my mouth that Jesus Christ is Lord and believe in my heart that he is risen from the grave for my sins, then I will be saved. I really believe that was the only thing. And since that was the only thing, I was able finally to like look at other religions. What are they doing? Oh, they're doing something too. There's something over there. And then, I know you talked harshly about Vishnu, but one of my first stops was a Hindu temple, and I did the Hare Krishna dance. We ate the food, and I talked to the guru. I didn't understand it. It honestly felt just like normal church to me, but I realized that it was just normal church for them. And all of us have this gathering together and this strengthening and encouraging of each other in faith of some kind that's rooted in a historical tradition, like the Upanishads or the Holy Bible or the Quran. And I'm like, I can't think that there's one. I started having thoughts like God's bigger than this. God has got a huge thing going, and I don't understand it. But
Yeah,
I
I definitely would. I tend to stray away from believing in something else just because of my own principles or my own beliefs, but I do get your meaning and your point with looking at other religions and how they kind of follow the same zeitgeist of belief.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only felt truth, and I only seek Jesus Christ. And I told you guys my reason was because of my brother, and
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the major foundations of why I believe. And throughout living 40 years now,
Yeah.
I it's the only foundations I have. So I've looked around in other beliefs of Christianity, and I don't think there's like I don't think we should really focus on um like evangelism or Protestant or like like look at it as separating different churches like that. It's like I don't think that's the end all be all. It's understanding where Christ is coming from, seeing his miracles, or even just hearing of his miracles is important. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's
Yeah.
just
Wherever.
We're going with
it's
you.
hard. It's just the moral of the story is I'm set in my ways.
Yeah. And I brought this up earlier too. There's something that happens. I mean, the Bible says it. A child raised up in the way that he should go will not depart from it. The idea that there's something malleable early on in our life that once it's established, it really does solidify. And sometimes that's a good thing if you've got a positive reinforcement. And we all know what trauma does to young minds. Um, but at the end of the day, there's something to be said about, we find shelter in our refuge in that strong tower, and we need no other thing. You know what I mean? We don't need to go exploring the fullness of every single demographic in the world because we have it already. And I think that we find ourselves sharing it when it's natural and when it's supposed to be shared, and the rest of our lives we may not talk about it out loud for years to anybody because it's inside, it's already there. The kingdom of God is in man, and not just one man. It doesn't say just one man, it says the kingdom of God is in man and all man. I think that was a quote from Charlie Chaplin when he was playing the dictator, I should say.
Yes, interesting things.
I also think that it's quite interesting that we have 3 giant religions that all use the same book. And I know that's a generalization and it's not exactly true, but give me a little bit of
You're right, though.
grace here.
You're right. We got the
And
Torah. We
so
got, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
The Talmud
yeah.
in the Bible.
Well, the Torah and the Talmud is basically the same thing. Torah is the book and Talmud is the explanation. But no, it's the Quran, the Torah, and the Bible. Right? The
And
Old
the
Testament.
importance of the book of Genesis explains the origins of the other 2 books outside of the Bible.
So
Esau
you have these
is, yeah.
so you have these
go for it.
3 major religions that all use the same a variant of the same book. But in 2 of them Jesus is a good guy. And in the other Jesus is a bad guy.
Yeah,
And
yes.
you got the Jesus is the bad guy people that have convinced the Jesus is the savior people to hate the Jesus is the messenger people.
I can fine tune that for you because the
Crazy.
Luciferians kind of say that Jesus was the one to put us in a blind alley, and it was really Lucifer that was coming to us and trying to help us in our condition. And they say for that reason, like pretty much the opposite of everything that's in the Bible is true. Do as you will, not do as God wills. And the idea of the helping angel of light to come down to man to give us enlightenment against a cruel God. And that may not be exactly kind of what you were saying, but that ideology does paint Christ as the negative and the angel of light as the positive, which is the Luciferian understanding, knowledge.
I'm talking about the Jews have convinced the Christians to hate the Muslims when the Christians and Muslims
I see. Yes.
both believe that Jesus is a good guy. One is the messenger, one's the Messiah. But in both Islam and Christianity, Jesus is a good character.
I see what
in
you're saying.
Judaism, he's boiling in excrement.
I see.
And it's crazy just how much that has been kind of forgotten, and the Christians have been manipulated because it's not.
Well, the
It's
Christians
evangelical
are being
Christians that
manipulated
are.
by Judaism through Zionism predominantly, and
You're right. It is Zion.
the importance of the book of Genesis sets a clear line of what happens with these people and why these people are like this, because Ishmael is the progenitor of the Muslim population, and Esau is the progenitor of the Judaism.
Mm-hmm.
And the importance of understanding that and why is because Noah imposes a curse on Esau, saying that you will be your brother's keeper, meaning that you will be subservient to him. And through that harbors a generational animosity between uh, the fake Jews, as I call them, and the real people of Judea, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, which is a person, not a
Mm-hmm.
place.
Mm.
And that distinction has been lost through the Schofield Bible that you know all about.
So
And
the Schofield
go ahead.
Bible, was that from the King James Bible that was
This
retranslated,
is
or
It was retranslated to put favor on Judaism
okay?
by establishing that the Jews are the chosen people of God.
Mm-hmm.
And in Jews, they mean the Ashkenazis, but the Ashkenazis are, in my belief, I think that they're the Canaanites and the Edomites, the uh, the people that are ushering in an era of the Antichrist. That's my thoughts through studying the
Yeah.
Bible.
this is Dead Polly, by the way.
I made one run to the black market and successfully sold some game cartridges for 95,000.
Hey,
And
yo.
then I picked up some cell phones and I ran back in and I died, but not before killing one of them. So I think I'm officially, wait for it, thanks to, yep, hey, thanks to your contribution today, I am now 88th out of 100 on the leaderboards with 5 kills
Haha.
and 12 PvP deaths.
Nice.
My KD is 0.36. And the best guy on the server, dude, this guy's got a 3.59 biggie with 115 PvP kills and 32 PvP deaths. But most impressively is this guy right here, Axel, with 17 kills and 1 PvP death.
Damn.
Which is
That's a rat.
that's what I'm thinking. That's not
That's a
normal.
rat who only pulls the trigger when it's guaranteed,
Oh, I see.
which I respect.
I see. I see. Yeah. Well, I did get a kill with that little mini. I shot him all in the face with his freaking Gen 4 helmet. I emptied the whole magazine on him. Got him dead right
With the
before I got
MP5?
with the MP5. Yeah, I
Nice.
must have used 75 rounds on him with his Gen 4.
Wow.
It was impressive. I can't wait to. I'm gonna clip
Yeah,
that
aim at
later.
the legs. You gotta do leg meta when they're
Yeah,
when they're like that.
I didn't think, I should have done that. That was a bad idea. You're right. I need
I
to
don't
shoot
even
for
know
the
if that
legs.
works.
I think unarmored areas do count because like your head and your body armor act differently.
Yeah. Look at you, Smiter. You're in big farm mode.
Yep, T16 within 2 days.